How would you like to travel the world absolutely for free? Any destination out there without spending a dime? Well, in this video, I'll show you exactly how to do that. So let's get started. Welcome back to our channel, the channel which is all about travel, anything and everything to do with travel. So in this video, I'll take you through a step-by-step method on how to travel anywhere in the world absolutely free. But before we do get into it, let me just make a few disclaimers. The method I'm about to show you is free of charge. There is no affiliate links, there is no promotions, there is nothing. This video is not sponsored by anyone, and everything I'm about to show you, I've tried it myself and it works. So let's get into it. First thing first is you need to be the right person to do that, right? And to be the right person, you need to answer a couple of questions. And the answer is yes, then go for it. You are the right person. So question number one, are you a people-friendly person? Do you like being in a group of people? Do you enjoy spending time with people? Or do you get tired of people and you just want to be alone? Well, if you're that person who likes to be in a group, who is very outgoing and, generally just loves being around people, then this method is for you. The second question is, are you good at organizing things? Can you build a travel itinerary? Can you set up a budget for the trip? That sort of things. And again, if the answer is yes, you can do it, then great, this is the method for you. If not, well, unfortunately, it's probably not going to work for you. So what is the actual method? Well, let's get into it. So the method is a simple 4-step process, which I'll take you through right now, and we'll get through it, and I'll show you some examples for you to understand how it works and how you can use it to travel the world for free. So, step number one. In step number one, you need to decide where you want to go. It's that simple. You need to pick a destination where you want to travel to, and that's it. So hopefully you've picked the destination. For this example, let's say we'll use Thailand, right? Or any destination you like, but I'll refer to Thailand as this is something I've done before, right? Using this method. So step number two. In step number two, you need to build the itinerary. What do you want to do? What do you want to see? And, arrival airport, departure airport, any transfers, etc. It's basically you're building up a trip itinerary. You're researching the destination and you're building up all the activities you want to do, and you're putting together an itinerary, right? And here, what I recommend is to write it all down. Let's say you arrive in Bangkok, you visit a couple of temples on day one, you spend the day visiting markets on day two. On day three, you fly over to Phuket. You relax at the beach after arrival. Day four, you go do some island seeing. Then, day five, you do some temples. Day six, you might want to take a relaxed day at the beach, etc. And day seven, you fly back. Right? So that's sort of the itinerary, but you need to be quite detailed. You need to find the providers, you need to understand, the local transportation, etc., 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 right? So you basically build the itinerary in step two, right? Once that is done, we go on to step three. So in step three, it's relatively straightforward as well. This is where you actually do the budget for the trip, right? And you build out the cost, and I would recommend using Excel or any other, program to do that. there is a Google spreadsheets, etc. Right? Any program will do. So you build up the budget. So you put basically the following things. You need to consider the flights, the accommodation, any transportation, any internal flights or transfers, right? Any activities, and that's really about it, right? And then once you've done that, you'll have a full budget for your trip. And for this example, let's say we'll use the budget of $1,000, right? And that being $500 the flights, international flights to arrive to Thailand, and $500 on all the activities and accommodation and etc. within Thailand, which is quite reasonable, but again depending where you're flying from. So once you've done that, now how do you actually get it for free? Well, and here is a trick. You find people to join you on this trip, right? Stay with me. It's simpler than you think. What you do is you find people to join you on the trip, right? And you charge them for the itinerary, right? So basically, let's say your itinerary is you have $500 your flights and $500 your itinerary, right? So let's say you find 10 people and you charge them $600 for the itinerary, excluding the flights, right? So at 10 people, you charge them $600 for a $500 itinerary, which you've built, right? So you get a $100 profit of each person, right? That becomes, on 10 people, that becomes $1,000, and that covers all your expenses. That's as simple as that, right? And the great thing is, it works. And now we get onto the last step, step 4. How do we find people? And to be honest, that's a lot simpler than you think. So here we go, step 4. There is a site, there is a website, and again, I'm not promoting it or anything. I've used it for myself multiple times, and it works. I've went on a number of trips with people and where I didn't pay anything. So the site is called Join My Trip. You can Google it, and I'll post a link down in the description as well. What it does, it basically allows people to act as the travel guides, not exactly travel guides, but the organizers of the trip, right? So what you do is, once you now, by this step, you should have your destination, your itinerary, and your costing. What you do is you join the site free of charge. You post your trip, preferably a couple of months in advance from the date when you want to start. Just it gives some time for people to join. You post the detailed itinerary, and you post the costing, right? And that's it. And people just simply join your trip. And if you go to the site now, you'll see there's quite a lot of trips out there, right? And if you do some research, if you look closer to the current date, a lot of them, I would say most of them are getting sold out. So it's a very active site, and there's a lot of single people, couples looking for groups to join on their trips. And this is what you do. You simply build your dream trip into your dream destination. You put a small markup on it. You specify a number of people. You calculate how many people you want to take, and based on that, you calculate your markup for the trip. You post it out there 2-3 months in advance. You get the group of people, and off you go. You go on a trip. And the cool thing is, with the site, right, you don't manage the international flights. You don't manage any entrance visas into the country where you're traveling to. All you do is you're organizing the accommodation and the activities. Right, that's why I said split out the flights and the rest. And that's relatively simple. If you're well at organizing things, all you have to do is just book the activities and book the accommodation, and that's it. I'm not the greatest organizer, right? I'm not personally a secretary. I'm a guy who travels a lot. I've been all over the world. And trying that site, I was actually quite surprised. And, I wouldn't be sitting here talking about it if I haven't tried it myself. So yeah, it does work. It's extremely well organized, and there's a lot of members on that site, and people just love exploring the world. And a lot of them don't want to organize anything. That's where you come in. Just organize a trip, put small markup on it, and enjoy your travels. So that's about as simple as that. So if you've enjoyed the video, give us a like, subscribe to our channel. We've got a lot of content coming out on travel and everything travel related. We also have a travel blog, which we're constantly updating. There's a big article on what I've just discussed on that blog as well, if you want to read. All the content, all the information is free of charge, right? We don't charge for anything. We just want people to travel and explore, because that's what we've been doing, and that's what we really enjoy doing. And I'm also putting up few trips. That's a kicker. I am putting up few trips shortly. I will mention them later on in my future videos, but if you do want to join me on any of my trips, you're more than welcome to, and that will be posted on, on the blog and potentially YouTube and other social media platforms later on. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it useful. Give this a try. It does work. You'll be amazed. Have a great day.